Welcome back to the Warframe Beginner's Guide to the Galaxy. I am the gamer under development, and today we're going to be taking out Rhino with some very basic mods to see if we can pull off a solo corrupted mod farm, or a solo vault farm as it's often called. So I've got the actual dragon keys that we need ready to go. We just need to pull those out of the foundry, so that's what we're going to do here. We have the bleeding dragon key, health is greatly reduced while this key is equipped. We have the decaying dragon key, shields are greatly reduced while key is equipped. We have the extinguished dragon key, damage is greatly reduced while this key is equipped. And the hobbled dragon key, speed is greatly reduced while key is equipped. So basically what that means is for each one of these keys that we carry, we're going to suffer some kind of status effect, right? We also need an Orc and Derelict capture key to do this efficiently. So I've made one of those. What I'm going to do is I'm going to preemptively make another one of these in case our first attempt doesn't go so well, or we do want to try it again to see what we can come up with. It does look like I'm shy on nanospores for our Orc and Derelict capture, but I already have 2 keys for that, so that's kind of a good thing. Now, I'll show you guys a little bit about the build that we're using on Rhino. There is actually one more thing I might change up. I did run out of endo, and I have a sculpture that I haven't gone and cashed in yet, but I figure if we need to, we can go do that later. Basically, all I did was I took off our redirection mod and replaced it with maglev, which is a little bit more sliding speed. And the reason for that is that we're going to lose 75% of our shields anyway. We're going to lose 75% of our health, so we technically don't need vitality either. We could put something else on in that place. The only problem is I don't think I have anything that will go there that actually benefits us. Now, I guess we could put Rush there. I don't know how much that will actually help us. I don't think it'll help us very much at all. And having a little bit more health isn't a terrible thing. Thief's Wit doesn't really seem like it would be that much more helpful. Mind you that the goal here is to do this with very, very limited mod selection. There are a lot of better mods that we could use, particularly Mobilize, which I don't actually have on this account. But Mobilize increases the speed of your bullet jumps, which would be extremely useful for this. I think we'll be fine here, though. The main reason we're doing this with Rhino is because Iron Skin basically ignores the health and shield penalty. Now, you can bullet jump and slide to ignore the penalty from the speed reduction one. As far as damage goes, we actually have Roar to help counter that, and we're going to be bringing our Zorus, which we know hits like a truck. So the hope is that since the Zorus hits so hard, it shouldn't really matter that we have a damage reduction. And the only enemy we really need to kill since we're doing capture is the capture target. So that's all we're going to be aiming to do. Oh, I almost made the big mistake there though, guys. So here's what it comes down to. Before you go, you need to go into your arsenal, you need to go to your gear wheel, and you will be dedicating 4 slots to those dragon keys. The reason why is you'll only need one of them to open the door, but there are 4 possible door locks that you can get, and we want to bring a key for all 4. So we already have bleeding and extinguished. Let's go ahead and put on decaying here. And then we have one more dragon key to put on. I'm going to get rid of our Kawaka Echo Lore that we were using for the hunting video. Decaying, extinguished, bleeding. Where's my 4th key? Hobbled. There we go. Okay, so now we have 1 of each key. They do actually have slightly different appearances, so you can use that to make sure you're carrying 1 of each key. I want to remind you that when we finish doing our vault runs, we're going to actually get rid of these keys because they will greatly impact your ability to do anything else in the game effectively. Okay, so with all of those equipped, time to go to the Orc and Derelict capture. This is going to be a mission against Infested if you want to go ahead and damage type against them. I don't think that's really necessary with what we're doing here, and we're set to go solo, which is just fine. I mean, we could allow other people in with us. We could open this up to people, and that's not a terrible idea because it does mean that people will be with us and we'll share our vault rewards. One of the other ways you can do this as well, the way that's more common, is you can go to the recruiting channel and say that you're looking for a vault group, Orc and Vault group, or a corrupted mod group, and what will happen is 4 people will join. Each person will bring 1 of the keys instead of 1 person bringing all 4, but this way you don't really have to worry so much about whether or not you can find a group. The main reason I'm doing it like this for the video is because finding a group can take a little bit of time, and this is just us going straight through. Now you can see the Hobble Dragon Key isn't affecting my movement all that much as long as I am just kind of moving through like this. Actually, while we're at it, we did need more nanospores for another decaying dragon key. Or not dragon key, but the Orc and Vault capture mission. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And just keep soaring. Our goal here is to capture our target first, and then we'll go actually search for the vault. And I've got the Heck here that's pretty geared out, and the main reason is so that we can apply a lot of damage very, very quickly. Bringing your tax in with the R-tax is very, very good here, because the R-tax can slow enemies slightly. There we go, that's perfect. This thing is a problem. Okay, that's gone, and we have our capture target right there. Boom. That's what we want. Mission is already accomplished, so now all we have to do is go find the Orokin Vault and get our corrupted mod. So we're going to look around for the vault door now. All we need to do here is survive while we do this. Shouldn't be too much of a task, to be honest, and I'm going to grab those nanospores as well to help us make another key should we need it. Now, when you're looking for the vault door, the thing to keep your eye out for is basically hallways and small doors. I think that if I drop here, I'm going to end up, I'm going to end up pulling back up top. That's fine. We do want to renew our iron skin here because it was gone because we fell. Whenever you fall, you do lose buffs and stuff, so keep that in mind so that you don't end up iron skinless with no health and no shields. Not seeing a whole lot of places that we would find our vault door in here. You're not going to find it in any narrow tunnels like this. It's generally going to be in places like this. It'll kind of, well, still not seeing a great opportunity to find it here yet. I'm going to hit M to pull up our map so we can actually keep track of where we've looked. Oh, hey, this is just an actual vault. This should be interesting. We can do this. This is like a treasure room, but we also have our speed greatly inhibited here. Oh yeah, this is not happening. This is very unlikely to succeed considering that we do have our dragon keys on. Yeah. I am not completing this with dragon keys on, I can almost guarantee it. Oh, come on. No, no! Oh, wait a minute. Could be. Oh, I missed that tree branch there. That might actually cause us to miss the whole thing. Nope. We're gonna make it. Would you look at that? Now, here's the thing. When you go into the derelict, quite often these rooms do not have as good of rewards. So it may not even give us much for this, but I always try to do them when I find them because there is the potential to get a rare mod out of them. So right here, not getting a rare mod, we did get a Lephantis nav coordinate. Lephantis nav coordinate is a thing that you need in order to build the assassination key for this, which will let you fight the boss of the Orokin Derelict. It's a very interesting fight. There is some stances that you can only get from him, pretty much, so definitely worth kind of scouting this out to get those Lephantis nav coordinates if you want to do that. You will eventually need to do that to unlock all of the star map nodes anyway, so it's good to kind of do that. Let's go ahead and keep going, though. We should be able to find our vault door now fairly easily because we're out of the more, like, infested areas and we're into the more Orokin areas. You're not going to find the vault door, like, in some infested tunnel, more than likely. Okay, so that doesn't open. I guess I am wrong, and we may need to go back a little bit further to find it. Unless we can get through here. No, we can't. Okay, so we're going to have to go back a little bit further to find the vault door. This is actually the real challenge in gameplay of the corrupted vaults, is actually finding your vault door. They'll look something like that, but they'll actually have a lock on them that you can clearly see from a distance. So we just need to find our way back into some corridors where we can look for that vault door. Now, what that's probably going to entail in this case is going back the way that we came. We do still have iron skin up, and you can see that we have our debuffs up in the corner. That red symbol in the upper right corner is telling us that we are wearing dragon keys. It's weird that we only have one, though. I would have expected us to have all four, unless it just puts all four icons on top of each other when you take all four, which is entirely possible here. Nope, that's not it. So we're looking for doors like that. You want to look for hallways with doors like that on it. Look at that. We did pass an Ayatan star back there. I'm not really worried about that. The one thing that is a little bit frustrating is that, like, bullet jumping around constantly makes it harder to look around for that door. This is where we started, though, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is where we came onto the map right here, so it's not going to be here. I guess a lot of people strategically will, like, work their way back from the end to look for the vault doors. And there should always be a vault door if you're doing the Orokin Derelict. I'm not seeing it anywhere around here. Maybe over there? Nope. Doesn't hurt to check, though. Does not hurt to check. Okay, now we're trapped in here, so we need to go back the way we came. Unless... Hello there. So that's another way we can go down and through here. Not sure where this is all going to take us. I'm just kind of finding a way through. There we go. Oh, we got an Orc and Cell, though. That's pretty nice. Yeah, so I'm reasonably sure that we're not going to find it in here. We're going to keep working our way through the map and looking for it. It is possible to kind of miss it, like they are not always clear and evident, but if you keep your eyes open, you should be able to find them relatively easily, and then you just have to hope that all of the work that you've done is actually worth it, because there are some better mods than others that you can get that are corrupted. Great examples are any mod that actually affects your Warframe is probably going to be ideal. Like, those mods are really, really strong. That's what you're usually after. There are some good ones for weapons as well, but the Warframe ones are generally just better. That's because the Warframe ones generally stack stats that it's harder for you to stack other ways. Things like ability power, ability range, all those wonderful, wonderful goodies that you can use to make your Warframe just a little bit more OP. Oh good, there's glass resonance here. That's going to be fun. With our hobbled keys and all that. Oh my gosh, getting around is just killing me, guys. Just killing me here. Now, it is worth noting that there are other ways to kind of negate the movement speed penalty. As I said, if you take Mobilize, it's probably a lot faster. I just don't have Mobilize on this account yet. So that is the way out. I guess we could go here and then work our way back. So we're looking down those hallways, checking to see if we can see a door. So far, no such luck. It's not going to be one of those larger doors like... Oh, I think I might have just seen it. I might have just seen it. Are you the door? No. It is a door, but it's not the door. That one could be it, though. Quite often, I find them at the end of these double hallways like this. So those are definitely something to keep an eye out for. Ooh, nanospores. Lots and lots of nanospores here. The Corrupted Orc and Derelict is a great place to go and farm nanospores if you need them, so definitely keep that in mind. It's also a great place to farm Kavat DNA. Kavats do spawn here in their natural state, which means that if you come in and scan them, you can kind of work towards getting your first Kavat pet, which is really nice. I don't think we've actually done the Kubro quest yet on the new player guide. We can do that whenever, I suppose. It's just something that I haven't prioritized because the reality is that Kubros are just kind of a nice bonus. Now, the Kavats are a little bit different, and that's because... Wait a minute, is that what I think it is? Oh, I thought that was an Orc and Cell for a minute. The Kavats are a little bit better because one of the Kavats actually boosts your loot rate, and that's huge. Like, getting 2 times loot on stuff is really, really nice. It won't double your mods, though, so, like, don't go in expecting that, because that would be crazy. Instead, what it will do, though, is it will double things like your resource drop, so you can get double your nanospores. And that stuff's actually very, very useful, even if it doesn't sound like it is, because eventually you'll reach a point with that where, because of the doubling, you just basically never run out. And at that point, you begin to farm up other more important objects because you no longer need to sweat over your resources as much. I can't believe that we still haven't found this door yet. This is, Why are you doing this, game? Why are you putting me on the spot like that? Oh, wait. No. See, these hallways are usually your money makers for finding those. That's why I get excited when I see them. Doesn't look like this one was the one we were after. Could be opening those lockers and things, but I'm really not interested in that as much as I am in finding our vault door. This is another reason why doing it in a group can be kind of beneficial. It's another reason I opened up the group, even though I was bringing all the keys, and that is because if you have 4 people to help search, you can generally find it a lot faster. No, that's a dead end. Can't blame me for trying, guys. Can't blame me for trying. That is also a dead end. Good to know. Man, I haven't done vault runs in a while, so I'm probably just being unfamiliar with the layout at this point, but they are extremely beneficial. I've gotten on my main account most of the corrupted mods that I could ever want, though, so I really don't do these quite often. You can, however, sell these. They are actually rather valuable. I mean, they're decently valuable. I think you can get, like, roughly 20 plat-ish for the ones that are Warframe mods, and that's because they're just so powerful and people basically would rather spend the plat than spend the time. Okay. I guess we're gonna go upstairs towards the exit and hope that we see the door then. Alright. This is normally a good place to find rare mods, is on top of these boxes. Obviously, in the corrupted map, it's a little bit different here. Okay, potentially find some doors here. Give me a hallway, game. Give me a hallway and make me happy. Alright, so... Not looking great for us so far. That's actually really disappointing. We just got to the end of the level. There weren't any great hallways here, and I'm not seeing the vault door. Oh boy. Alright, so process of elimination then. We'll just go back and we'll clear each room as we come through it. This one is obviously clear. There's no other doors out of it. We've kind of looked at all the doors into it. Provided I'm not missing something, and it doesn't look like I am in this case, so that one's okay. This one, there could potentially be a door going this... Oh, there it is! It's right there. Okay. So, this is a Hobble Dragon Key vault. Now, if we hit X here and we have the Hobble Dragon Key, we will open it up.
You've opened an Orokin vault.
We have opened an Orokin vault. Look at that beautiful statue there. So we're going to go ahead and collect the artifact. And now we're going to get another status debuff, I believe, while we're carrying the artifact. But that doesn't matter because we're on our way out. We've already completed our mission. We've already got our capture target. We are on the way out with our reward, and that is all that matters. Let's go. And hopefully it's a good one. It would be really, really nice to get something like Overextended. Anything like that would be great. Fleeting Expertise, that's actually one of the really good ones. So this is what we're talking about with buffing stats that are generally hard to buff. This is plus ability efficiency minus ability duration. So what's really interesting is that if you pair this with Intensify, and you up this to a certain point, you can get the sort of soft cap of ability efficiency, which means that your abilities are as cheap as possible. Now that will reduce the duration. What's really interesting about that though is look at a frame like Rhino. So if you look at Rhino, the first thing that sticks out if we look at our abilities is which ones are actually duration based. Well, that one's not. Iron Skin isn't duration based at all because it goes on until they take it off. Roar is duration based, and Rhino Stomp is kind of duration based, but the reality is Rhino Stomp is just a momentary pop-up so that you can kill things that are in the air. So if you're not really sweating about that, it's not really duration based, which means that we can get a lot out of Fleeting Expertise if we cap this out or get it pretty close. So Intensify, I believe, gives us 30%. I think 150% is the soft cap on ability efficiency. So if we just raise this to the point where we're getting another 20, which is like one level, and then we put it on, we can actually go ahead and get our ability efficiency. I might be wrong, it might not be 150, it might be like 180, I can't remember for sure. I want to say that it's like 180, in which case we would raise this till we get 50%. You can check that on the wiki, obviously. Like, it's been a while since I've done my sort of min-max crunch on that. But anyways, Fleeting Expertise is a great one for Rhino. We can actually get the cost of our Iron Skin down to, right now it's 35. With this, we can get it down to 25. If you can get your Iron Skin down to 25, it means that picking up one energy orb will allow you to immediately refresh your Iron Skin, which is really impactful when you're actually playing some harder content. Specifically when you're doing the Index, which is a special arena that you'll unlock on Jupiter that allows you to farm credits. Having that ability cost only 25 on Rhino makes him amazing in the Index because basically you can just keep your Iron Skin up all the time, and there is a debuff that stacks on you there that will reduce a lot of your health stats and things like that. So being able to keep Iron Skin up 100% of the time lets you ignore that debuff. Now we're going to come over here and pick up our vault keys again. Now once again, I want to reiterate, guys, if we look at this, there is nothing special on this Rhino. We've got the basic mods, they're kind of leveled up, like most of them aren't even capped out yet. We've got fast deflection here, which I didn't even realize we had, and doesn't do anything. Like, this functionally does nothing for us. So that's something to keep in mind there. Basically, we're not using any special mods. We could take most of these off and it wouldn't affect us one bit doing this. And then if you come down and you take a look at our Zorus, that's a little bit more decked out. We do have Vicious Frost, which we got from grinding the spy missions on the first couple planets. That's not hard to get, really. None of these are very hard to get. We're not using anything crazy here. Our Heck doesn't even have Hell Chamber on it. It has Ravage. That's the only rare mod on it. Everything else is pretty easy to obtain. So that's sort of my point with this whole thing, is that you can actually do this very early on, and those mods that you get for min-maxing, which is what the corrupted mods are going to be extremely powerful. Now, one thing I do want to point out real quick is that you will obtain these dragon keys from your dojo. Now, if you don't have a dojo, just leave a comment, hit me up on Discord, whatever. I can invite you to Eternal Sojourn, which is our new player dojo. You can go in, you can get all the blueprints for your dragon keys, and then pop on out if that's all you wanted. It is worth noting that in order to build dragon keys, you need void traces. Void traces come from opening relics, so you may need to do some relic runs in between in order to gather enough void traces to actually build your keys and things. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that we still have our dragon keys equipped, because when we use them, they might have actually fallen off the equip wheel. Nope, they replenished. Lovely. And because we only use the one hobbled key, we still have 2 keys left for each other type. So you can technically keep running until you run out of keys. However, there's no guarantee that every mission you will have the right key unless you're carrying all 4. So let's go ahead and do another run. That's crazy, guys. I can't even tell you. On my main account, I've done like... it had to have been like 30. It had to have been 30 vault runs before I actually got a mod that was for my Warframe, because there are corrupted mods for your weapons too, and some of those are just like, I'm not gonna say that they're silly because they have niche uses in a bunch of different builds, but like, getting something that's like plus clip size minus reload speed, so you reload slower but you have a larger clip, doesn't feel very rewarding. You get that and you're like, oh, that's cool, awesome. That was a great vault run. I'm so glad I did that. And that is, you know, very different than getting that Warframe mod on the very first go. Like, that's crazy to me. I mean, the only thing I think we could have gotten better than that might have been overextended. And at the same time, I'm not even sure that we have a frame that would really benefit that much from overextended. I guess Volt would. Volt would benefit a lot from overextended. Here's our target. We're just gonna go at him with the Zorus again, because the Zorus is OP. Yeah, guys, we have reduced damage right now. This is really tough here. Really, really tough. Our Iron Skin is going to keep us safe while we capture him. No big deal. And look at that. There's our vault already. Is this hobbled again? It is. Okay, so we got double hobbled. Bam. And they can be just that fast. Is that crazy or what, guys? Just that fast. We've got another vault relic already. Let's go see what we get from it, though. If we get another Warframe mod, guys, I'm gonna be blown away. I'm gonna be just flat out blown away. I honestly expected this to take way longer, so I guess the payoff here is that as long as it took us to find that vault door on the first run, on the second run they were just like, here, have a vault door. Which of course I'll take. And once again, we can grab those nanospores that'll help us build another capture key. I just went the wrong direction. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. 2 out of 3 missions for our Nightwave Jailer thing too. Here we go. See, this is one of the ones I'm talking about. Vile Acceleration. Plus 15% fire rate, minus 2.5% damage. This is actually not terrible, though. There's some weapons that this works really, really well with, in my experience. One of those being the Kuva Comb, which is something you'll get into much later. But the Kuva Comb, or the comb itself, is a shotgun that basically ramps up its fire rate the longer you hold the trigger. So if you have a higher starting fire rate, it can ramp up its fire rate even faster, and it can get kind of crazy. That's actually what I would kind of use this for. It's sad that we got a Vile Acceleration. So we have enough Dragon Keys left to go ahead and make another attempt. The catch there is, I don't know that we actually have enough Capture Keys left. We don't. It'll take 1 minute for it to craft each of these keys, so that's not a big deal. We can go ahead and make another Hobbled Key as well. We only have enough traces to do one more run after this, so I guess we'll do that and maybe call the episode there. Might end up being a little bit shorter of an episode than usual if we get lucky and find the vault as quickly as we did on that one. That was insane. I actually want to know what our time was on that. 1 minute and 44 seconds, guys. 1 minute and 44 seconds in order to get a corrupted mod. That's crazy. That one in particular isn't a very valuable one. The other one we got, though, is quite valuable. I actually can't remember the name of the one we got. Like, I remember them as bonuses rather than their actual names. So it was Fleeting Expertise. So Fleeting Expertise, right now, like, if I were to check... Let's go take a look on Warframe Market while we wait for that stuff to craft. I want to see exactly how much we could get for Fleeting Expertise if we decided to sell this for plat. This is an efficient platform, potentially, as long as you get lucky with what you're pulling. If you pull crap, you're probably not going to benefit as much. Warframe Market is being extremely slow to load here, so I'm going to give that a second to do its thing, and in the meantime, I'm going to pop over and go grab our keys. Hello there, thing. Gift me my keys. Alright. Now, as long as the Hobbled Dragon Key kept itself equipped, which it should have, but it may not have because we did empty that slot. Ah, see, it didn't. So if we hadn't gone in here to verify, we might have gone out without our hobbled dragon key. Now, before we leave, I'm actually going to start another hobbled dragon key, and if I can, another Orcan derelict capture key. I may not actually have enough nanospores for that. It just depends on how many we've gotten. We actually do. Quite nice. Okay, so we'll run another one of these and another one of these. And I am absolutely unsure why Warframe Market is refusing to load, because usually it's pretty snippy. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. That's weird. The page is offline.
Operator, were you
That's extremely strange. But I'm gonna look up fleeting expertise just to get a general idea of how much it's worth. Maybe it'll work. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so fleeting expertise as of the last available Warframe Market page was 15 plat. So as you can see, that's not a small amount of plat. 2 of those will basically buy you a frame and almost a pack of weapons. Not a frame, but a frame slot and a couple weapon slots. So there is a lot of value to be gotten out of running these. Now, on the other hand, the weapon one that we got is probably worth like 3 to 5 plat, so that one's not going to be a huge output. It really does depend, and there are other more efficient plat grinds, but this is one that's available to you very early on if you find yourself strapped for slots. I would say, though, that you get better value for sure out of just going ahead and, like, working to Nightwave to get a new Warframe slot and the 2 weapon slots that are available. That's always going to be a very, very efficient way to acquire stuff. Alright, Iron Skin is up. Let's do the thing. So we're going to head straight over to our capture target, ignoring everybody else. We're not here to fight, we're here to capture. Now, there is the off chance that this mission will get changed from a capture to an extermination, in which case things are going to be a little bit more rough. Excuse me, sir, can you not go invisible for me for just a sec? That would be great, thanks. Hey you, come here. Okay. Capture him up real quick. Oh no, they're hitting our Iron Skin, guys. I'm really, really worried and upset. Alright, so now that we have that, we can actually start looking around for our vault doors. I was checking that door right there to make sure it wasn't that one. Anywhere that these small doors spawn seem to be where the vault door can spawn. So it wasn't right there. I'm gonna actually go back from where we were before and try to... Oh, okay, it's actually through here then. Try to make sure that we didn't pass it already, because that does have the potential to happen. Hello, thing. There we go. Hop in here. What's up, buddy? Come through there. Just want to make sure that we didn't pass it, because if we passed it already, there's no point in us like having to work all the way back to the start to get to it. Gonna go ahead and grab that. Is my Iron Skin still up? It is. Don't mind me bullet jumping into walls and things. I am just a pro at the movements. Okay. Not seeing it here. We could do the thing we did before where we went to the end and worked our way back. That did seem to be somewhat more efficient than what I'm doing here, which is just kind of running around in circles and hoping for the best. It would help to actually bring our map up as well. And I'm actually curious about something, so I want to test it. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess if it turns into an extermination mission, we don't really care. Boy, that dragon key sure is impacting the damage of our not at all OP Zorus. I'm not at all surprised. Wow, I am surprised, but I don't know why I'm surprised. Like, I've explained before that the Zorus is way, way stronger than it probably should be. And if you ever needed proof, how about carrying a dragon key and still doing ridiculous amounts of damage to an entire group of enemies? Okay, let's go check this side, because there is potentially a door here. Doesn't look like that's going to take us anywhere, though, so that's fine. We'll leave that where it is. Is our Iron Skin okay? Yeah, Iron Skin's still up, so we're good on that. Now it's time to move back through the direction that we came. Alright. B2, straight through, and through here. So not over there. We already looked at that door, so it's not going to be that way. Let's keep going. Check my sides here just to make sure that it's not in one of those. Oh boy. Okay, so this is potentially a multi-layered floor, which means that we'll have to check top and bottom for the door. Oh, this is electrified. Nope. Let's go to the side here, though, and see if potentially... Oh, no. I always get, like I said, I always get hopeful at those hallways. Oh, that's not good. That's a big open room. I want to make sure that we've kind of checked everything here first, and then we'll go back through this side, because I have a feeling this is going to lead us back to the big open room anyway. But in the meantime, we can use it to check and make sure that there is not a door up around here. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything through here, so we're gonna go back through. Hello there. You all seem like lots of fun infested, but I'm gonna just go ahead and ignore you. Oh, it doesn't actually go back to that large room, so we may need to go back there to look further in the future. Yeah, that's our exit right there. So if we don't see the dragon door here or the vault door here, I don't know, I'm using a lot of terms interchangeably, but you guys kind of know what I mean, right? Okay, that seems fine. Let's go over here. And we're gonna go check that large room again because it seems pretty clear at this point that what we're looking for is likely through there. I just have to remember how we got there. I'm reasonably sure that... I thought it was through there, but it doesn't look like it. Oh no, it's through back here. Okay. Okay. That makes more sense. Yes, this way. I know I've already checked that room, but I'm double checking because it's easy to miss them. Those are Kavats right there, so if I pull out my codex scanner here, I might actually be able to... Yep. Okay, so when you scan these, there we go, Kavat genetic code right there. So if you scan them before you reveal them, it's actually a little bit easier, and you're going to need quite a bit of that Kavat genetic code. I believe it's 10 per attempt to actually generate a random Kavat and see what you get. The hope is that the first time you generate, you will get the Smita Kavat, which is the loot Kavat, because that one's extremely useful. If not, though, you can always do it again. Hey, there we go. And this time it's not the hobbled key, which extends the number of runs we're able to do. Okay, we got our new dragon relic. Let's get out of here and see what we got. Oh, guys, if it's overextended, I'll be extremely happy. In the meantime, I'm also going to hit some of these nanospores, since that seems to be the biggest limiting factor on our runs here at this point. Other than void traces, but since we used a key that we hadn't used before, we actually should have doubles of that one, which means that we should be able to do another run. And what'll be interesting to me, like this is probably going to be roughly an hour video, so what'll be interesting to me is to see how many corrupted mods we can get in that hour using just this very, very basic Rhino setup. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not the Rhino setup that makes this super effective. Well, okay, the Rhino setup helps, but I mean, the Zorus is huge here. Look at how much damage the Zorus is doing. Anemic agility, fire rate, and damage for pistol. So plus fire rate, minus damage on the pistols. This is actually really, really good for certain frames. I tend to use this on Titania to make her Dex Pixias like ridiculous. Okay, we did get some Kavat genetic code out of that too, which is pretty nice. That's actually a really, really nice take. Let's go see if our Oregon Derelict capture key is ready and if we can craft another one. Okay, so we got our hobbled key, we got our capture key. I think we're out of traces, so we can't make any more dragon keys. But we should see if we can make another capture key, because we may have enough to keep doing runs here. Let's find out. Capture. Sure, lovely, let's do that. Once again, these do go a little bit faster when you're running with 3 other people, because, as I said, they can help you find that door. And then you're taking less keys, and everybody... When you do that, usually you all talk and figure out who's taking what key, and then everybody will kind of bring a frame that ignores the key that they're bringing. So if you take, for example, the hobbled key, then you'll take a frame that doesn't care so much about the movement. A great example for that would be something like Titania that can fly and thus ignore the movement penalty. If you're taking the key that reduces health or shield, you obviously can take Rhino. That's a really, really solid pick, especially early on. Volt could be another good pick for the speed reduction keys. I am just checking these doors as I go this time because why not? It'll save us the trip back once we get our capture target here to double check those doors. Hello, capture target. Okay, had to check back there because that could have been one for sure. There is our capture target. Honestly, I'm curious how much the Zorus' throw attack will do to him, but I don't really... Oh, wait a minute. We're Rhino. Iron Skin, and just detonate. There we go. And yeah, that was easy. Capture him up. That's crazy, isn't it, guys? Like, the Zorus is just off the hook. And if you have Iron Skin up, like, if the buff is active, it should cause you to not fall down if you point-blank detonate. Yeah. See how we don't fall down now? That's because one of the side effects of Iron Skin for Rhino is that you don't get knocked down by explosive recoil. So, basically, Rhino plus Zorus is nuts, because you can just do that on spam, and there's nothing anybody can do to stop you. Alright, so I don't know that we effectively explored everything in this area. I kind of looked around, but I didn't follow everything to its, like, terminus end. For example, this thing. Let's go in here and see where this actually ends off, because this may actually lead to our Dragon Door. It did not, but it does lead to a hallway that could potentially lead to our Dragon Door. Nope, that one's locked. This one is not. And this is back the way we started. No, it actually isn't. It looks similar to the way we started. So that's just me getting confused. Nope, this is not a Dragon Door, or a vault, rather. You know what's really weird is I've never... Oh, hello. Okay, so this right here is actually a treasure room. We hit this. This is going to reveal some things. We're going to shoot them so we can get through. Once again, this treasure room probably won't have a very high yield, considering that we are in the derelict. This one may actually be tough to do, too, with the current dragon keys we have. Oh, that was a hard landing. That wasn't good at all. Okay, across we go. Hit the switch. And there we go. So we made it through. Probably not going to get a whole lot of good stuff here just because this is the derelict, but we will get some more Lephantis nav coordinates, which is nice. Some credits and things. Not really a huge yield here. But it's also good practice because these are the same puzzle rooms that you'll get in the actual Void tile set, where you'll get actual rewards for it instead of just old derelict containers. Seems good, guys. Alright, let's get out of here. So we were not rewarded so much for that, but that's okay. Hey, there's a Spore Culture. That's a nice reward. I'll take that. And now I'm trying to remember where we actually did start out. I think it was... Okay, I think I know where we're headed. Or where we've been, rather. Let's keep going. Straight through here. And beautiful. Rolly, rolly, roll. Up top here. As I said, in the normal vault tile set, on top of these things, you'll potentially find some good containers with rare mods. Considering we're not on the normal tile set, that won't be the case, though, so we can kind of ignore those. Hoping to find our Dragon Door here somewhere. It's always rough when you get into the really destroyed parts of the tile set like this. This is where I struggle to kind of find my way through. Or rather, to find potential locations for our Dragon Door. But so far, it's not too bad. I think we'll be fine here. Yeah, I guess we just go this way, because there doesn't seem to be... Ah, no! Not enough speed, not enough momentum. Okay, that's bad. I'm about to fall. There we go. Back up. I was trying to get over to this side, since this is very clearly the way that we're going to exit out. That's going to take us somewhere else. Check here for a Dragon Door, just in case. Whoa, what did I fall through there? I didn't realize that I could fall through right there. So yeah, there's no Dragon Door here, but it was worth a look. And forward we go. Okay, there's a lot of potential places the Dragon Door could be in this particular area. So we're just going to keep our eyes open and kind of go. Oh, hey, look, there's a codex thing. Let's go ahead and scan that. Bam, got it. Alright, slide under there to get out. So if this is not leading us to the exit, which it's not, then this could potentially take us to another Dragon Door location, so we're going to follow this to the end. Not seeing it here. Pretty low potential for it to be over here unless we can go through this door, which it looks like we can't, so that's alright. Yeah, not gonna find a Dragon Vault this way. That particular tile in the tile set generally won't have Dragon Vaults in it in my experience, so you can kind of skip that one over. The ones down here potentially could though, especially doors further back on the hallway like that. Sometimes spawn Dragon Vaults, so it's good to check those. But over here, no such luck. Nanospores are good because they'll let us build another capture key. And that one is not one we can go through, so we're going to go through the one that heads towards the exit and continue hoping that we run into our dragon door sooner than later, because if we have to go back and search through, that's going to add a lot of extra time to our clear speed, so to speak. Yeah, that's not happening. Let's go check the other side just to be sure. You notice I'm just jumping around with my codec scanner here. That's mainly because we're not really looking to kill anything at this point. So if we're not going to kill anything, better to just have our codec scanner out. That way if we do encounter some Kavats that we can clearly see are stealth, we can go ahead and scan those up, and that'll give us some more Kavat genetic DNA. Or I guess genetic code. Genetic DNA. Like, yeah, those are different things, guys. Genetic DNA. Oh, look at that. The door is right by the exit. Thankfully, it is a key that we haven't used yet, the Bleeding Dragon key, so we can keep going. Alright, we got another one. Let's go. Let's see what we got. You can get the same ones you've recently got. Okay, Magnum Force, this is plus 15% damage, minus 5% accuracy. This is actually another one that's really good for the Dex Pixias on Titania. This one is also reasonably good for Mesa, because you can put that on her regulators, and that is an extremely useful way to increase their damage a little bit more. Still, we'd rather not get these ones for the weapons. We'd rather get the ones that are specifically for the Warframes. Still, not a bad take. Not a bad take so far. We haven't gotten any of the truly useful or useless ones. There are some that are easily definable as truly useless, and we haven't gotten any of those, so that's kind of nice. Let's see what we get next. This is the fun of the hunt, essentially. Let's go over to the Derelict, take another capture mission. Seems good. We're at about 40 minutes so far, and that's with the introduction and all that kinds of stuff. So really, in roughly an hour, you can maybe get in, let's say, 5 runs. Seems pretty reasonable. That's not a bad rate, especially when you consider that you're getting mods that will allow you to vastly increase the power level of your gameplay. Like, I can't explain enough how much duration can make a difference, or not duration. Duration actually is a good point. So duration can make a huge difference on certain frames. Frames like Gara love duration. Duration is incredible for her, because it'll keep her Splinter Shield up longer, which means you don't have to refresh it as often. Then there's also range. Range is actually one of the biggest ones I find being useful for a large variety of frames, right? Being able to enhance your range by a... Oh, wow, I forgot to Iron Skin. Okay. Whoops. Let me Iron Skin real quick. Hey, come back. Wow. You guys see his shield just disappear? Don't run from me. I'll get you, boy. Come here. Alright, he's down. I'm gonna grab him. So another thing I think we're gonna try on this run to see if it is a little bit more like efficient time-wise is I'm gonna head straight to the exit now. I'm gonna head straight to the exit and we'll see if we come across the door on the way, and if we don't, then we'll go back. But we'll start at the exit, because a lot of people say that actually speeds up the time it takes to find it. We know it's not on that particular tile right there, because it never spawns on that tile. Get some more nanospores. Look at the quantity of nanospores too, 500 right there. This is another 187. Very, very nice. Quick look around just to make sure that we're not missing the door, and then on towards our exit again. Even more nanospores. So that's the nice thing about this too, is that you'll actually be able to acquire some of the harder to find resources early in the game by doing this. And the reality is that these nanospores are literally the one thing that's constraining us from running this over and over again. So as long as this mission is still providing us with nanospores, we can almost run it infinitely, the Void Traces being the only other major limitation. That being said, Void Traces are not difficult to acquire. You literally just need to open relics. And I'll let you guys in on a very cool little secret with the relic missions and things too. You don't actually have to open a relic in order to get your void traces. If you go in and you decide to continue like an endless mission without actually loading a relic at all, and you just gather void traces from the, or not void traces, but void, whatever they call them, void echoes. I forget what they're basically void traces, but people don't think about them as void traces because they're just the things that you gather in the mission to unlock your relic. So once you get 10 of those, it actually gives you a random amount of void traces between a certain, you know, minimum and maximum range. Now, what it doesn't do is it doesn't care if you actually have a relic. So if you need to, you can actually go into a relic opening mission with a relic, particularly an endless one, and then just not select a relic and stay. And if you do that, what'll end up happening is you can just keep doing the mission to farm void traces. So you're not even constrained by having relics. That's not like a constraint that you have to deal with. Okay, so this was our exit. This obviously isn't what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and head back here and see if we can find our way to one of the other rooms. That's what it was. We needed to go up to get out of there and find our dragon door. Now, the nice thing is we have been through quite a reasonable area on our way to the exit, so we've kind of ruled out a couple of different spaces. And now what we really need to do is we need to check the places that are not filled in on our map, expressly areas like over here. Doesn't look like it's going to be over here unless this is a door we can pass through, which it doesn't look like. Alright, so that area is no longer dark. Where else on our map is dark or potentially looks like it has a door leading off the end of it? I am getting myself stuck on a wall here, don't mind me. There we go. Not going to worry about fighting any of these guys because there's just no point. Does look like we could go back this way and check over here because we didn't follow this one through. No, that actually is a terminating point. Now we could go through over here. This could potentially lead into something. Nope. Alright, we are ruling things out at a rather brisk pace. Gonna go ahead and turn my iron skin back on because it had actually finally been eaten off. So there's a couple spots in here that we can check. It looks like maybe the map extends a little bit further over to the left here. Not through there, but potentially through up here. No. Alright. So far so good. We're still not really seeing our door here for the Orcan Vault. Hey, but we do see that. You guys see it? Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Beautiful. Okay, so that is one more, but we did not get a genetic code there, which is rather unfortunate. That's okay. We're working our way there. You can scan them once they're revealed, but they're also a lot more fleet of foot once they're revealed, so it can make things a little more difficult. Obviously, if you have a frame that can, like, lock them down somehow, a great example of that would be, like, our Vobun, for example, who can pop them up in the air and make them stay in place while we scan them. That makes it so you can get those a little bit easier, but in this instance, we basically just want to scan them if we can see them stealth before they get revealed. Because at that point, they're going to be super chill, they're not going to be attacking us or jumping around or doing anything kind of crazy. I guess we jump over here. See where that takes us? Oh, that's not good. That's where that takes us, is to not good land. We can get up here. I guess we break these open because we did all the work to get in here, but this doesn't really seem like anything special. The floor here is electrified. Yeah, that was weird. Kind of surprised that was like nothing for the work that we put in to get there, and we fall off. Okay. Falling off's not a big deal. We just have to remember that we need to refresh Iron Skin in that instance. Alright. Let's keep going. Could potentially be something over here. Is that it? Nope. But there are two small doors here, and those have the potential to lead to hallways, which could potentially contain other small doors. Not in that instance. How about in this one? In this one, it's going to lead us to somewhere completely different, with the potential for us to find another doorway. Ah, look at that. And this is actually a treasure room. Now, we honestly don't need to do the treasure room. We've already kind of determined that that's not a great value on our time. So I'm going to skip it at this point because I'd rather go find us more vaults. The vaults won't spawn in those treasure rooms either, so you don't ever have to really worry about that being a problem. This is... oh, hey, look at that! Beautiful. We got an Ayaton sculpture, too. Keep an eye out for stuff like that. If you want, you could actually bring a loot radar to these missions. That would actually give you a better chance of finding stuff like that particular thing. because they will highlight and become visible so that you can get them. This is another nifty trick. If you look through your codex, it'll actually highlight elements that you can break and things like that. Come through here. This is a area that we haven't explored. Hey, there we go. And this is that hallway I was talking about. This is why I always check these hallways. I didn't look at what key that was. That might have been a hobbled. If it was, we could be out of hobbleds now, which would be really bad. Okay. Let's go through here. You can probably be faster at these two guys. I'm not going to say I'm the fastest when it comes to getting around, because you can do things like rolling for more speed and things like that, and I'm not very good at utilizing my roll for movement. That's something I'm just not as skilled at as some other players might be. So if you're very, very good... Oh, that's not good. We're about to fall. So if you're very, very good with your rolling and things, you can probably get through these reasonably quicker than I can. The real bad news here is it doesn't look like we have the energy to put our iron skin back up. So now we're in a tough spot. It's not that tough, though, because we already know that our Zorus can AoE kill enemies. So if we can just AoE kill a group of enemies, I'm sure that we'll pick up an energy orb, and then we'll be in no problem land. Or we'll just pick up an energy orb like that. Still not quite enough. This is where that fleeting expertise would come in handy. If my iron skin only costed 25 energy, then we would have it up already, and this would not be an issue in any way. Hello, cat. There's a cat rubbing on my feet right now. It's slightly distracting. The cat's in the... I'm standing right now at my desk because I have a desk that swaps between sitting and standing, and the cats have decided that the footpad that I have for standing is a cat bed. So they'll regularly come up and just start nuzzling the foot. Hi, bub. She don't even know I'm here, guys. She down there licking her feet. She don't care. Alright, so down here. Wow, that was... The fact that that triggered the Rhino Slam there is both a sign that I am not very skilled at the movement in this game, because you can slide to prevent that from happening, but also just funny because that was a small distance. Did I really just bullet jump into a wall twice? I think part of it, too, is that because I have that mod on that gives +5 slide and +5 friction, or -5 friction, I think I'm actually, like, sliding a little bit more when I slide. Like, it'll continue to slide after you stand up, and that's throwing me off a little bit, too. Okay, so anemic agility. We already had this one. This is what I'm talking about. It's entirely possible for you to get repeat mods like that. Just kind of eats into your time. It's not a huge thing. So based on the time of that run, I'd say we have time for maybe one more, provided that we have all of our dragon keys. We did get a sculpture, though, so you can see why this is kind of a valuable run. You get nanospores, which are actually hard to get early on. You get sculptures, potentially. You get... you know, corrupted mods potentially. Quite a lot of value in running this on repeat as a new player. So let's go ahead and take another capture mod here. Or not a capture mod, but a capture key. I do need to go and make sure that on our gear wheel we have one of each dragon key. I think we do. Oh yeah, we're still good. We have one hobbled, one decaying, and 2 extinguished. The only one we haven't used so far is the extinguished. And then we just go do this again. I'm honestly, the thing that blows me away the most about this whole thing is that, and you know what, we should do this while we're at it, because we've already kind of determined that there's really no value in fast deflection here. What I'm going to do is replace that with some kind of loot mod, so thieves. Yeah, thieves what's good. That will potentially show us when we run across statues that are on the ground like that, like they will show up as icons. Now, we may not see them anyway because those icons are the same as the icons that it shows for just destructible crates and things, but it's a slightly better chance to notice it. Hi, bub. Are you being a cutie? Yeah. I wish I could pick you up and show you to everyone, but she's kind of a... She's an older kitty and she got a little weight on her, so she doesn't like to be picked up very much. Oh, are you just adorable? She's down there nuzzling me. Thank you, human, for the foods that you brought me. The pets were out of food this morning, so before the recording I had to run to the store and go grab some pet food. In this case, maybe we get lucky and we find our door very, very quickly. Oh, I thought that might have been it. That would have been nice. Where did he go? He was right here, right? Oh yeah, he did the disappearing act that they sometimes do, which is still much, much better than the one that doubles himself. Hey, guess what? Nope. Nope. And you see, we can just use the slide to close distance with him when he gets a little distance. You're done. And you're captured. Beautiful. Wow, and just look at the mini-map right now, just loaded up with nodes. So we're gonna do what we did last time. We're gonna work our way towards the exit, even though I'm not sure if that was as efficient as we thought it might be. It definitely seems like maybe it was not. Oh, I think that was a Kavat, but it's already exposed, which means it's not gonna hold still enough for us to get it, so we're not gonna do it. We didn't have Iron Skin up at all there, which is kind of funny in its own right. Like, that just goes to show you that if you're moving enough, like, it doesn't hurt that much to have the Dragon Keys on defensively. The real place that you're gonna notice the Dragon Keys being a problem is if you forget to take them off after these missions. Nope. Not gonna bother with that treasure room. It doesn't fit into our timeline here. We're just gonna keep on going. Okay. We go down here. Oh, look at that! I've never found this one before. That's crazy. So we have our vault. Beautiful. Let's get out and see what we got. That was perfect. I like just dropped in there because I was like, I don't know, maybe it'll go somewhere, maybe it won't. Can you imagine if we'd skipped over that, how hard it would have been to actually find that vault? I probably would have driven myself crazy. Okay. Through this, or we can just overjump it, that's fine. Through here. God, navigating is a pain when all you can really efficiently do is bullet jump in small enclosed areas. Obviously, if you're really good at like the bullet jumping side of things, this probably doesn't bother you as much as it bothers me, but I'm generally not. Like, I can bullet jump well enough to get around, but I wouldn't say that I'm like an expert at movement in this game. Okay, let's get through here. Ah, didn't quite clear that. This is fine though. We're at the exit. Just beautiful right there, guys. Just beautiful. Tainted mag. Oh boy. Plus 6% magazine capacity, minus 3% reload speed. Woo. I'm so excited, guys. Most exciting mod ever. Except not. Is that the Brayton Prime on there too? Like the worst prime weapon? Well played. Well played, DE. Let us know how you really feel about that mod by putting the worst prime weapon on there. The Brayton Prime, I think, was one of the first primes because it's basically one of the most subpar primes that you can actually get. Do we actually have a key left? We don't, but we could build one, although we're kind of at time now, so I think we'll call it there. But if we just take a look at the corrupted mods that we got quite a bit, and we can find those pretty easily by just doing, like, a search for minus. I wonder if you can search multiple terms. Plus, minus? No. So if we do a search for minus, that'll kind of limit it. It's not perfect. I wonder if you can see... Oh, incomplete just shows ones that are incomplete. There might be a listing right here that is just for void mod or corrupted mods, but I don't know for sure. I've never actually searched specifically by corrupted mods. Yeah, there's not. Okay, so if we just do a minus search, we can kind of see what we got. We got anemic agility ×2, fleeting expertise, magnum force, vile acceleration, and I think that's it. Oh, and tainted mag. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in an hour. That's pretty good right there. That's reasonable yield. Oh my god, Cat. I get it. You love my foot right now. She just like clawed the back of my heel because she's doing this thing where she like rolls sideways onto the foot to nuzzle it. Her head is like twisted upside down right now. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today, guys. That was a pretty decent run. I mean, we did get fleeting expertise. This is by far our winner of all the mods that we got. We could sell our anemic agility, but I'd imagine that probably sells for 3 to 5 plat, if that, so like it's not a big gain. Vile acceleration isn't terrible. Tainted mag is pretty bad in my experience, but anemic agility is usable, magnum force is usable. Didn't we get 2 of these? No, we got 1. And then fleeting expertise is just incredible. Like, fleeting expertise is one of the ones you really want. Overextended is another one you really want. Stuff like that is going to be your real value. Narrow-minded is another one that's really good. And you'll find those just by doing these runs, but the important thing to take away from this is that as a relatively new player, you can do these vault runs solo, you can get the things you're looking for without having to necessarily sink an hour and a half into finding a group, or if you get lucky, 15 minutes. It just depends on time of day and how many people are doing it, kind of thing. So that's gonna be about it, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to go ahead and give us a like or subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye!